So this is a very, very important video. In this video, I want to prove to you that 90% of the total stock market value of the Indian stock market is only in the top 10% of the stocks in terms of market capitalization. Now, the question is, why is this important for us as traders? They normally say that 90% of the wealth is with 10% of the people. Okay. Similarly, 90% of the total stock market value in India is concentrated in the top 10% of the stocks if we categorize them based on market value. And I will show that to you mathematically. It is not some general or some random statement. You can see that in the numbers. The important question is, why is this important for us as traders? For example, let's say I buy a stock. I can clearly check based on the market value whether it is in the top 10% or the bottom 90%. If we sort all the stocks in India by market value in the descending order, the highest market value at the top, the lowest market value at the bottom. Total 5,000 stocks in India, as you can see on this screen. Okay. You can clearly determine that whatever stock that you have bought, whether it is in the top 10% or the bottom 90%, because the money is flowing in the top 10%, remember. Now, when you buy a stock, it is either going to be in the top 10 or the bottom 90, right? If it is in the top 10, that means it is attracting money, institutions are coming into the stock, no problem. It is in that elite 10% category, no problem. However, just because a stock is in the bottom 90% doesn't mean that you ignore the stock. Okay. You may buy the stock, you may hold on to the stock for quite some time, assuming the fundamentals and technical setup is there. You hold on to the stock and you observe the market capitalization of the stock as the stock begins to go up. Now, if it crosses that 90% threshold, if it goes from bottom 90 to the top 10, which means it has started replacing the top 10% of the stock. One of the stocks in the top 10% is getting replaced by this stock. That's a good sign. So, which means our stock is now becoming an elite top 10 percentile kind of a stock in terms of market capitalization. And generally, small cap and mid cap companies which have good fundamentals and which are growing could easily get into the top 10% of the stocks in terms of market value. Okay. So let's first look at this phenomenon. Okay. And let's try to understand why this is important for us. So this is MarketSmith India website. So this is total 5,037 stocks. Now this also contains ETFs, by the way, but we'll filter that out. So you go here, you click on export. Okay. Let's see what happens. See, it exports the file, this one. I have downloaded an Excel sheet here. Okay. So let's open that Excel sheet. So here's that Excel sheet. Okay. You see market capitalization here. I will zoom in this. See market capitalization. So let's filter out. So I click here and I go largest to smallest. Now this not applicable is for ETFs. See, there are ETFs here. So let's remove the ETFs. If I scroll down, see the ETF starts from here. So I am removing these rows. So I will remove all because these are not stocks. I want to focus purely on the stocks. Yeah. So now this is, see, Reliance, TCS, HDFC, Bharti Airtel, ICICI. Top 5 companies in terms of market capitalization. And this is the industry group. Now, if you see, this is the market capitalization. How many stocks do we have total? We have 4,818 stocks. Okay. So which means top 10%. So let's take the top 481 stocks. Okay. So I will go to here, A482. Okay. So this is the top. Up till here, it is the top 10% of the stock. So let us take this market value. Let me take a total of this. What's the total? See, 42,541,097. So which means 42.5 million crore. Crore means 10 to the power 7. So you just add 7 zeros in front of this number. That's a very large number, by the way. So it is 42 million crores. This is Indian currency. Now, if I convert it to dollars, it is $5 trillion. Basically, the total, the market value of this is total 5 trillion. The top 10% only. Okay, $5 trillion. Okay, in India. Now let's remember that number, $5 trillion, or just remember 42 million crores. Okay. Now we will look at the total market value of the bottom 90%. So let's go to A482. So from here, I take the bottom. How much is it? 463542. So 4 million. So that was earlier, it was 42 million. Now it is 4 million crores. So can you see 90% of the wealth, the total market capitalization is in the top 10% of the companies in the Indian stock market in terms of market capitalization. So for 4 million crores Indian currency, if I convert it to dollars, it is roughly $500 billion. So even the bottom 90% constitutes a total market cap of $500 billion. The top 10%, it's $5 trillion. Okay, so you can see 90% of the total wealth is in the top 10% of the stocks in the Indian stock market. Okay, now number of companies 481 versus the remaining 3000 something, whatever. Okay, or 4400 something, whatever. That's the number of companies. So that is how the stock market is split in terms of market capitalization. 10% have 90% of the wealth. Why is it important for us? Let me repeat again. Just because a stock is in the top 10% and it is not in the, sorry, just because a stock is in the bottom 90%, doesn't mean that you ignore the stock. Well, that stock could potentially go into the top 10%, right? The stock could grow. A small cap company can become a mid cap company. A mid cap company can become a large cap company, right? Large cap can become the largest of the large cap, which is the bluest of the blue chip companies. So anything can happen. So just because a stock is in the bottom 90% doesn't mean that you reject the stock. If it is technically set up properly, if it has got fundamentals, and it has got good liquidity, then you can consider the buying the stock. But just don't get into penny stocks. Okay. As you can see, the market cap is so low here. It's just not worth looking at these numbers, looking at these stocks. Okay. So that is what I wanted to cover in this video. Remember, whatever stock you buy, please keep an eye on the market capitalization and look at the threshold market capitalization. What is threshold market capitalization? See, this is the threshold. So if I go here, 12,300 crore Indian rupees, 12,300 multiplied by 10 to the power 7 Indian currency, that's the threshold. If your stock crosses this threshold level, okay, as of now, this is the threshold level. Tomorrow it might change slightly. But if your stock crosses this threshold level, maybe it goes to 12,500, 13,000 crore, be rest assured that your stock is coming in the top 10% of the Indian stock market. So it has entered into the elite category of stocks. Okay. Now, just because your stock is in the bottom 90% doesn't mean that it is not a well-known name. For example, CEAT is a well-known tire company. Okay. It comes in the bottom 90%. CEAT is a well-known, Jammu Kashmir Bank is very famous. Okay. SCI Shipping Corporation of India, a very famous company. Okay. Graphite is very famous. Inox India, everybody knows about Inox India. Renuka Sugar. If we scroll down further, let me show you some stocks which are well-known. Well-known brands. These are not some new companies. Okay. Moil. VST Industries, with cigarette company, very popular. Okay. So basically, the objective of this video is to help you understand how the wealth is spread out in the Indian stock market. And when you buy a stock, you should have some perspective. Are you in the top 10 or are you in the bottom 90? If you are in the bottom 90, how far down you are in the descending order of stocks? That will give you some perspective. Okay. Hope this video added value to your trading journey. Please like, comment, and share this video so that other people who want to become professional stock traders, just like you, like minded people, please help me get this video reach those people. That is why your support on this channel is very important. So please like, comment, and share this video. If you have any questions, let us discuss in the comment section or just shoot me an email. I think my email will be there somewhere in my on my profile or on my website. Just shoot me an email. We can have a discussion. Thank you so much.